Welcome to TrueCircles.net. We have with us today Janab Giasuddin Babu Khan Sahib. He is the present chairman of Hyderabad Zakat and Charitable Trust. So, sir, first tell us what was the main idea and purpose behind establishing the trust?
We were very particular about charity in the family, about Zakat particularly.
Your own family?
Our own family. It was substantial about 25 years ago. We realized that that kind of amount was just whoever comes make some investigation and give them the amount, whatever it was. We thought it must be centralized, only then it can be effective. We consulted some of the people. They said, "Are you joking? How can Zakat be centralized at this juncture where everybody wants to spend his money himself?" So then we thought, let us try. Why can't it be centralized? That will be very organized. If it is centralized and the amount is big to spend. So then we decided to formulate this trust.
Before that, it's your family who used
Families, Zakat used to give charity. But later on, when we decided to establish, we got together some of the people who can donate, some of the people who are actively involved in getting things done, investigations, etc. So we formed this trust in 1992.
So this was the background behind forming it.
That was the background. We started this trust in the first year with about 11 lakhs of rupees.
Okay.
But we got stuck up there and we were disappointed. What is this? People are not coming forward to join us. So I did not worry about it. We went on doing the work. But slowly it was going up, the income. And finally it reached about 12 crores we are handling right now. Partly it is Zakat, partly non-Zakat also. It has grown well. Our objective was from the beginning to educate. Different ways. Then we started, if I remember it correctly, with 139 schools in villages where there were no schools. And it was very difficult to hire teachers because nobody was educated in the villages.
So trust started building
Not building, establishing schools. Either under a tree or in the masjid or hiring 1 or 2 rooms and running the schools.
So grassroots level work.
At grassroots level up to 5th class. The objective was it was under basic literacy program. With some Islamic education also. Teachers were hired from nearby areas which were more developed, and they used to commute by bus, to come in the morning and go in the afternoon. We went on doing it. Then the strength in the villages had gone down because there was not sufficient population as feeder to these schools. So we went on changing the schools from place to place because we could not handle the schools. It was very expensive to handle schools. Schools with 40 students, 30 students. It was not effective and not feasible also. Anyway, now we are at present handling, that was our main project. Schools was the main and the first project. And today again this is our trust. I'll show you the documents, the album of the schools. It's the most effective project. People have not realized it. Very, very effective. We have educated about I think 1.5 lakhs or 2 lakh students through these schools during the last, how many years now? 22, 23 years. And even now, we have now expanded schools. It was 56 for quite some time. Village schools, we call it. We have 3 or 4 English medium schools also. And now we added more schools 2 years ago. These are schools earlier started by us on our own. Later on, under Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, we handed over these schools to the government because they were giving midday meals and to encourage the students, more students to come to the schools.
So it has been a long journey.
It has been a very long journey.
So as you have said, there are over 1 lakh students who got benefited
under literacy program.
Yes. So this was the main, you can say, a cornerstone of the trust work, like education, imparting education and all. I have also heard that the scholarship program was also there.
Scholarship program we started after 1 or 2 years. And then we were handling a few students. We never did any publicity. Whoever was coming, and we are making some investigation and handling it. And of course it started growing up very fast. Started growing up. We started an inter program. After 10th they should do inter. Then once they finish inter, they said, "Sir, we want to do engineering, we are qualified." Some said, "We are doctors, we have no money, we are qualified to get admission in doctorate college, medical college." And went on growing very fast. Then I started my own trust in 1995, my own charitable trust, to give boost to the scholarship project, apart from schools. Then we educated about 4,50,000 students till date. And we were giving scholarship for quite some years to about 10 to 20,000 students. Sorry, what was the figure? 24,000 students
per year.
Per year.
Okay. Are getting benefited from the scholarship program.
Then I am talking. Till 1998, when the government scholarship has started.
Okay.
We have cut down here, and now we are doing it partly in Karnataka and partly in Maharashtra also, and partly in Hyderabad for courses where there is no government scholarship. We are also supporting students for civil services, and again quite a successful project.
Can you elaborate more on this plan that preparing students for civil services?
Civil services. We have been attempting since last 6-7 years for civil services. And we have stopped about 2 years ago because we decided to establish an institute of excellence at Hyderabad. That I will tell you at a later date. Magar civil services also has been a successful project. We never realized when the students wrote their first exam, we were disappointed that they are not succeeding for civil services. But later on, when tried to find out where these students are, whom we supported, we realized that later on quite a few of them have succeeded. In civil services, few, but other services, quite a few have succeeded, like Group 1 services, etc. Now we are going into through Hyderabad Institute of Excellence, which we have established at Hyderabad. It's a very big project on 120 acres of land.
What is the concept behind this institute?
The concept was to, in short, to create the leaders of tomorrow.
Okay. So how will you do
that?
You
mean to create leaders, everything comes in. Everything comes in.
So it is also a project of kind of social responsibility where
obviously this is for the excellence of the excellent students. You understand my point? Those who are above 95%, 96%, 98%, only such students are admitted from remote villages,
Okay.
and they are given full scholarship.
So their background is not, they are not economically well.
No, not at all. But they are very brilliant, very brilliant.
So you're like providing an opportunity to those brilliant students to nurture. I mean, okay, so distinct Christian only.
This is the second year.
Mm-hmm.
Now the students will be writing several entrance examinations.
Mm-hmm.
We started with inter last year and started started 7th and 8th this year.
Okay.
And we started 12th also this year. So 12th students would be writing the entrance examinations.
So in the beginning, as you have said that you were disappointed when the trust was started, that you are not getting proper support and all. When you, I'm not sure that in this 23 years is a long period. You must have overseen all these troubles coming in. So how do you get over these things when you hit the roadblocks, when you face all these challenges?
We were not bothered. You see, we were sure that whatever Allah wants, He'll do it.
Okay.
If He wants us to get money, that happened later on. When we went on increasing the strength of the students, the amount started growing up. For instance, probably in 94, 95, we were handling about 500 students for scholarship. And till 98, we were handling 28,000 students for scholarship, spending about 10 crores. And in the year 95, I established my own personal trust also. Giasuddin Babu Charitable Trust. That helped in funding these scholarship students also. Of course, now the trust is spending most of the amount for establishment of Hyderabad Institute of Excellence. And you must see Hyderabad Institute of Excellence. We'll show you the documentary.
Sure.
Or we can give you clippings of the documentary. So that is the project. And again, we are now decided after a gap of 2 years that we'll go ahead with civil services project.
Okay, again you are restarting.
Again starting at a Hyderabad Institute of Excellence at Hyderabad. We want students to camp there, be totally focused on civil services. We'll get the tutors, we'll get the best of faculty to coach them. It will be all residential because Hyderabad Institute of Excellence is a residential project, complete.
So the Hyderabad Zakat and Charitable Trust has grown up from just being, as you have said, your family used to contribute a lot of money in it. Then from
that was 23 years ago.
Yeah, now it has grown. How much it is difficult, how much it is challenging to pull and channelize this kind of funds?
No, it is not challenging. For us, it is not challenging. Just the hard work and showing the people the work. That's all, simple as that. Take them to our schools, take them to Hyderabad Institute of Excellence, let them see, let them make their own judgment. And we never faced a challenge, very, very few times. For 1 or 2 months we had problems. And when we appealed to people that we are in problems, we need so much amount, one day we collected the amount we wanted.
So there is no dearth of millionaires from Muslim community in Hyderabad, but you can't find many of them coming into this kind of, you can say, taking up social responsibilities and all. So what moved you to get into this work?
No, with our experience, some people donate 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs. My brother used to donate 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs alone. So there is no dearth of donations. You can't blame the community now. Lot of people are donating huge amounts. 4 lakhs, 5 lakhs is routine.
But it started to come when you put up a flat platform.
Yes, that is right.
Yeah.
100%.
So what, as I'm telling you that when you made up a platform from from other well-off people from the community started putting in money, but before that it was not there. So what moved you? What moved you to decide that I am going to work for my community?
So that was the decision taken by establishing the trust itself for education. That was the objective. Of course, later on we started giving money for, apart from our own school scholarship project, some projects like wedding, marriage for the Muslim girls, orphans. We have a very big orphan project where we have 10,300 orphans under our supervision, under our guidance, from throughout the state of Telangana and Andhra both.
So, sir, you have been, it's been more than 2 decades now, you have been working in this field. From your experience, can you tell us how can Indian Muslims can get out of the situation where they have to depend on charities, even for basic things like education? Do you think it can happen?
You see, by educating them only you can solve this problem. It is a problem. No doubt what you are saying is, it is a problem. It will be there for some more time. But community has become very conscious at lowest level, at the village level, that they must educate their children. That is the only answer.
That is
even an orphan. We have 6,600 widows who are under our supervision, under orphans program. 3,800 widows with 6,600 children. We located them about 3 years ago. These widows and children. We thought let us take care of these orphans. You'll be surprised, all the 6,600 children, or I would say 6,000 children, were studying on their own at government schools. Can you believe it? For a widow who does not have proper money to eat, food, educating their children. It was a very big and pleasant surprise to us. That means there is awareness. People want to educate their children as much as possible. The advantage is now for higher education, particularly in school education also, you are getting scholarship. Government of India scholarship and state government scholarship. There is sufficient money and everything is being utilized. Because we worked hard to say that everything is disbursed and everything is claimed by the community. Lot of hard work. Even now we do it every year, year by year, that nothing should go waste. Now this Shadi Mubarak scheme has come up. For that we are working very hard to see that it succeeds. And they recover they somehow claim this 200 crores.
So how do you run this awareness program, sir?
We have 40 offices in Telangana. And another 25 offices in Rayalaseema and Coastal Andhra.
So through this network you run this awareness program?
I'll give you the pamphlet of that Shadi Mubarak scheme. You will understand from that what it is. Lakhs of pamphlets we have printed and every village we are trying to cover. And 4,500 students have recipients of Shadi Mubarak scheme have filled up the form.
So sir, you are a businessman by profession, but you are also taking out your time to work in this field. So how this work has personally impacted you, emotionally or any other way?
It's more enjoyable than doing business. Simple as that. More satisfying.
Find it more satisfying?
I don't know. If you come with me, you will also get satisfied.
Alright.
It's worth visiting. You know, I used to take our friends, when we were disbursing scholarship in the districts, we used to take about 20, 30, 40 people who would interview the students and disburse the scholarship with their own hand. And then the amount was paid on the spot by check by about 10-member staff that was present at each district. So when you meet these students, you realize how high they are struggling for education. And in the state, everybody was aware of the Zakat trust and the benefit available from the trust. We used to do campaign also every year by this facility is available. This is the last date for filling up your form. Probably the interviews would be held after 1 month, such things. And they came to know about it.
Alright, so thank you for giving time.
Most welcome.